Hi diamond painting friends, it's Linda with Diamonds for Linda. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today I have kind of like a different video. I am going to kind of teach my sister, my younger sister Mary Ellen, how to diamond paint, or show her what everything is in the kit. I think it would have been really fun if she was out here and then she could unbox the kit and then kind of talk about it. But since she's not, I thought I would just go ahead and maybe, I think we're going to kit up a little bit. We're going to show some pens and trays and just all the fun different things that you use with diamond painting. So I bought 2 of these. I thought what I could do is I'm going to kit this up for her, get it all ready, mail it to her, and then maybe we could do it together. I don't know, maybe we can FaceTime each other and do a little bit of diamond painting together, or we could say let's finish this amount and then you know, kind of FaceTime each other after we finish and share it. Or maybe even one time we can kind of record her diamond painting for the first time or something like that. So let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. So I think that would be fun. So this is one from Art Dot. Oh yeah, it says up here Art Dot. And I haven't done an Art Dot. I have some of their diamond paintings, but I haven't finished one, so this will be good. And I like that it comes in this nice sturdy tube. So I'm going to put this to the side. And then, so this, my dear, sweet, wonderful sister, is the canvas. And this is a nice canvas. It is a scalloped, and it has poked edges, and that helps prevent fraying. And so let's go ahead and look at the toolkit before we open everything. So remember, because she hasn't had a diamond painting yet. So I did open this up a little bit. So what you get is, it shows everything right here. So you get this nice tray. I think this tray is actually a lot nicer than what you get in some of the other kits. I don't have one here, but usually they're pretty small and kind of flimsy. Oh, and well, we'll go over that later. And then they give you these little, you could even practice on these actually. That's a great idea. Although you don't want to use too many of your diamonds, I guess, until afterwards. Maybe I could send some other diamonds and then you could practice on these. Let me know, sis, if you want me to send some extra diamonds for you to practice first. And then you have this pen. This looks like it's a 3-placer. And then this is your single placing. So I like to use a 7, 10, and 15 placer, but I did start off using like, I think this is a 2 or 3 placer, and then went to the 4 placer. We might just graduate you straight up to the 4 placer though. And then here's a comfort grip, which I always can never seem to get on here. And these come off, so if you need to change them out. This one's a little bit harder, but if you get some pliers, that will come off. And then, yeah, so this, I could never get those on. And then this is wax, and we'll go over the wax and the different putty and things like that, glue dots, at the end. I think what I'll do is I'll fill up some of the pens for you, one with putty, one with wax, and then one with glue dots. Like this one's mine with glue dots, and I really like it. And then here's some washi tape, and we'll kind of go over the washi tape, what you can use that for. So let's go ahead and open up the canvas. So this is their beginner one, so it's a smaller one, and it's round. Round drills are also nice to start off with, and then maybe we could do a square one next. I'll have to find a canvas that's not too big to do a square one, so we could do that one of those together, if you like diamond painting. And this is poured glue, so that's why I was able to roll it back. Most of them are poured glue, but there are still some companies who do like an adhesive, which I've had an adhesive, and I actually did this too because I didn't know it was an adhesive at the time. It was a fine, but I guess it's better to be safe than sorry, and not to, I guess adhesive, which I doubt you'll ever have, is just more more finicky. So right here we have, this has 35 colors, and so right here we have some like the glue overfill. So what I do is I like to use mica powder, which I don't have right here. You gotta put a lot though to have it so it doesn't, this is mica powder. Because sometimes I guess maybe some of mine just rubs off after a while. So it's just a little fine powder that's like kind of, I don't know if you could see it, but it's kind of like shiny a little bit, so it looks really pretty. I'll show you on the canvas a little bit later. I'm just gonna put that aside. Or you can use your washi tape to go around the border, and that way, and the reason being is like this side, I don't know if you can tell. Let me take my glasses off. Right here, oops. The glue right here, this one's actually way out there. It's like, can you see that where it's shiny right there? That's the glue. And this one, this actually is pretty far out. Yeah, funny. That's far out, dude. Remember, is that the 80s? So you do want to put something there. Otherwise, it does get dirty. Like, you know, just from emollients on your hands or dog fur. I know you have a dog, so it just helps it not to be so gunky. And so this is round drills. This is a 20 by 10 inches, 50 by 25 centimeters. With diamond painting, in the diamond painting world, we use centimeters mostly. I know we're used to our inches, but eventually you kind of get used to it. And then, so yeah, so this is your canvas. This is the plastic. This is not too thick of a plastic, which I prefer the thicker plastic, but you know, this will do. Just got to be a little bit more careful. Okay, so now this right here is your sticker sheet. This is what you, when you kit up, you could put these on your containers, and we're going to use these containers right here. These are great, so if it falls, it won't open. I was going to use another one, but I think this will be great, so just in case it falls, it's not going to open on you. And this, I think the stickers will fit pretty good up here. And so these are all the colors. These are called DMC colors, and these DMC, they got that from cross stitching, the different thread colors. So it originated from cross stitching. And so these are all the colors. And then right here, this I believe is an AB drill, which stands for Aurora Borealis. It has like a coating on it, and we'll look at it in here. It has like this coating on it, and we'll also talk about how to place those, because I have a love-hate relationship with ABs. I love them because they look beautiful when they're on your painting. I just don't like putting them down because of that coating. It makes it a little bit more difficult. And I just have not completed, but I'm working on a painting that has a lot of ABs. I'll show you really quick while we're talking about ABs. My desk is pretty big, but it's all full with all the stuff I want to share with you. So let me put that kit up thing back there. So this painting that I'm working on has all this right here. I kind of wish I was standing up. Let me stand up a little bit so I could see what you're seeing. Maybe I'll put the desk up for a little bit. And I'll stand. Scoot my chair over there. So right here, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right here, those are ABs. They have like a coating on it. I don't know if you can even see that in this. And then these are the regular drills. And then again, here are some more ABs right here. But I placed a lot of them on this one. So like all of this is ABs. And then there's the other part of the moon that's over here is all ABs. And normally I don't roll my canvas inward like this when the diamonds are on. But this is loosely, just because it's a little bit easier for me. I'm just loosely rolling it. Normally you want to roll, once you have your diamonds on, you want to roll your canvas like with the diamonds on the outside. Especially if it's squares. I think right here with this one, it's kind of okay right now because they are rounds and they're not hitting up against each other so much as when you have squares. Okay, so that's your sticker sheet. You could put this in a logbook. Let's see, let me get my logbook just to kind of show you. So this is my logbook, and what I do is I put the picture, the sticker right here, then I kind of write, or you could decorate as much as you want to. I did plan on decorating these a little bit more, but mine are, as you can see, they're pretty plain. So usually in your logbook, you could write the start date if you want to keep track. Your finish date. Sometimes I do how many hours, other times I don't write the hours, but how many days. I do keep track of the days though, how many days it takes me. Oh, look at, here's another AB. So there's 2 ABs and this one. There's so many other specialty drills now on them. Like you could get dust drills, which are drills that have a little bit of mica in them, and it they're really pretty. I'm sure you've probably seen them in some of my unboxings. So these are the drills. Sometimes the drills come bagged for you, but other times they come in this long train. These are like sealed. Just put that in there. And we'll see if we could find the ABs. So with your drills, so like right here, let's see, it says 17, so that should be, let's see, 17 on here. So your legend right here, or schematic, whichever you want to call it. So you have the number, and this is the symbol that's going to be on the canvas, and then this is your DMC number. So these numbers right here are going to correspond with these numbers right here. So 17 is going to be 17 right here. So it's going to be DMC number 797, and it's also 797 on your bag. And then this is the Aurora Borealis, the AB drill. See how they have that extra shine? That extra coating on there. And then here's the other one right there. And these are, I believe these are acrylic drills. There's acrylic and resin drills, and some people prefer acrylic, some prefer resin. As long as the drills are nice and they don't have a lot of trash, I'm fine with either one. I don't want to say picky, but you know, some just prefer resin only. So I thought what we would do is I would show you how to kit up this. We're not going to kit up the whole thing because I do want to go over like the trays and stuff like that. So, but what I do have is I have this, and I know really, really bad sister to have all these not cleaned up, but I'm just going to go ahead and do some of it, and then I'll get these all cleaned up before I send them to you. So, because this I think holds around 60, and this is 35, so we should have enough. And then, so when I kit up, these are the containers. There's other different kind of containers, like there's the Elizabeth Ward containers, which are really popular, which look like this. There are just tons of different containers, but these ones are really nice because you know, you have this called like a little suitcase thing. You could put your extra drills in here. If you have more than one bag, you could put them in here. But we're going to go ahead and kit up a few, and then we'll talk about like the pens and trays and things like that. And then I'll finish kitting this up later. So let's just kind of roll it backwards a little bit. See if we can, well, that didn't work. Let's just go like this. So these, I believe this is in order. Let's see. Sometimes these are not in order, but these ones look like they're in order. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then you know, so right here, 1, 2, 3. And let me get my little scissors here. So the way I kit up is, and these, sometimes you will have static in your drills, which these ones don't look like they have static. So if you do, you can use some dryer sheets cut up, and for me, the dryer sheets have worked the best. Some people like to put their dryer sheet here and then put the static key drills on it and then put it in. I've done that a few times, but sometimes I end up with extra lint on my, like, you can't, it's not huge pieces of lint, but I noticed that sometimes I got extra dust on them. So I don't know, I just do it this way. I put a piece in there with the drills if I need to. One time I was kitting up one for a brother, and oh my goodness, that one had tons of drills. I mean, tons of static where the drills were popping out everywhere. That one was a pain to kit up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with one. I do like to get a tray, so we'll just use our little tray here. And I'm just gonna cut this off, and I'll get my little container here. Although, you know what? I normally start at the top and go down, but so maybe, oh, I should have put all these on this side. I think I'm just gonna work my way up. So one thing that I do is I like to put, I used to put, just do it all in the order that it is on this, the legend right here. But I actually like to do by symbols now. So I'll get all the numbers, which this one goes up to 9, and then all the letters, and then see how there's an and sign and then a letter, and then there's a hashtag and then another letter. So what I'll do is I'll put all the letters together in order, in alphabetical order. Then I'll do the all the different signs. But so I'll just put them, I'll just start here and go that way, and then we'll put them in order later once I finish everything. So this is number 1. And so we're going to grab the sticker off of here. And we're going to put that on our container like this. Whoops, I put it crooked. Uh-oh, we'll just leave that on there. So I think, oh, and what you could do, because see how I have all these like this, and I'm going to have to scrape this off or get a little bit of like, I use this adhesive remover. What you could do is put washi tape. So that's another good thing that you could use your washi tape for. And I don't always do that. I do it sometimes, just like kind of like when I feel like it. Oh, here's the washi tape. This is actually a very pretty one. But what some people will do, and I've done it myself, is kind of get the washi tape and then put it on like that. Actually makes it look really pretty. So when you get the next one, the next sticker for number 2, you can put it on the washi tape. So that's another way to do it. And that'll make it easier since these look like they stick, as you can see with that one. So we're just gonna cut this. And you have your little trash. I have my trash over here. It's my pop-up trash. And you just pour that in there and go like that. And then we'll get number 2 here. And again, there's number 2 right there. And then you could also just cut off the train and go like that, so you're doing one cut. But again, I just prefer to do it this way. There you go. So you get another little piece. I just normally tear it, but it probably would look nicer if you did actually cut it. That one's not that long, but I guess it doesn't have to be, as long as you can lift it up. I thought we could go over the trays and kind of what's in the toolkit as well, because I'm going to create you an upgraded toolkit. Okay, so number 3. And we have number 3. And then you just continue on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this aside for right now. Maybe what I will do is come back at the end and then we'll finish kitting it up. But that's basically what we're gonna do. So like the next one would be this one. Just put it on there. And then maybe I will add all of the washi tape to it. So but I'm just gonna go ahead and put this over here so we don't lose it. It's inside here. And then I'll just put all of these aside. I'll just put it on my chair for now. Let's see if I could stand the whole time. Okay, so you did get your basic toolkit. So this is like the pen with the multi-placer. I'm gonna move this out of the way too. Maybe we'll bring all that back later. Uh-oh, did I lose the other one? Well, we'll find that later as well. Let's just move that all to the other side. Okay, so let's see, what should we go first? Why don't I show you like the pens? Or let me kind of show you your little upgraded toolkit here. So this is like one of the basic trays, and I wish I had one of the, oh, I think I do, right behind me. So many times this is the toolkit you would get, this little, they call them boat. It's a tray, and then your pen and stuff. This is actually a little bit nicer, and then other companies will give you a really nice tray. So I have this tray in here for you, and I also have this tray, and I'm going to pause this really quick because there's one more tray I want to get for you. Okay, and there's also this tray. This is a tall boy from Nix's Notion, and this is the tray that I kind of started out with because of the high walls. The only thing with the high walls is your pen could kind of trip over it, like when you're getting it. If you don't lift it high enough, it kind of hits it. But I didn't really have a problem with that, maybe once in a while. And this is Nix's Notion. So this was kind of like my training wheels one, if you will. So I thought I would send you these trays. And this one is from Bella Art de Nicole. It comes with many of her paintings. You get one when you order a diamond painting. And then this one has a lid. This is like one of, kind of like another basic one that you could get these on Amazon. So, and then we'll go ahead and use those so you could see. And then you also have this one. So I think you're going to be well prepared with trays. You could try those out. And then we're going to add some tweezers. Sometimes you need tweezers to kind of pick off a diamond. Eventually these tweezers get kind of funny because these will start going out. So I have this blue one over here that I only used to fill my pens with because I don't want the tweezers to get all tweaked and funny. So so these are super helpful though when you're putting wax putty and all that in your pen, and I will show you that. And then we're gonna give you some putty, and we'll go over that. This is wax. You could try wax. This is a pen from Diamond Art Club that comes with a kit, and I think we'll switch this off to a 4-placer though. And this has putty in here, and if you twist this, oops, more putty will come out. I think I kind of, and you gotta have a cover minder. So I got 2 here. One's a heart, and we'll go over how you do that. And this one's a seashell. I figure since you live in California, you gotta have a seashell one. Okay, so now, what do we do with all this stuff? Oh, and then I also have a pen. I have this pen from Diamond Art Club. Because we're not going to have you use this unless you absolutely want to. We want your first time to have a good experience. So this is a Diamond Art Club pen. So let me know if you want that one, or I have these ones in here. And these ones are a little bit thicker, so you could see what kind of pen you like. Actually, I will send that one because this one is a little bit thinner. Well, these ones are kind of the same. And then this one's like super thin. And if I can open this. Okay. So then I also have these pens. We'll send you one of these. You can let me know exactly which one you want. So they have all these pretty colors. Let's grab that one out. See, this one's a little bit thicker. So let me just put this away. And I got this pack on Amazon. So these are some pens. So this is the one that usually comes with kits. It's like this size. This one comes with the Diamond Art Club kits. They used to come like this, but now they're like this. This is really nice. This is a nice pen. And then this one seems to be like, you know, around here, this pretty much the same. And then this one's a little bit thicker. And then you have, some of mine are like super thick. Like, look at the difference with that. So we'll send all of these pens, and then you can try them out. And then, so this one has a 4-placer, which is really nice. So I'll send the 7-placer, so you could maybe try it later, but is this the 4-placer? But I think you probably might want to start with the 4-placers. So I'll send these two. This will go in your kit. And then these ones we'll put over here. But let's get you another 4-placer for this pen. So I have this thing that's full of, this is from all the pen. I bought a few, like I bought the metal ones, and maybe at one time I did buy, you don't need to buy these. They come with all your kits, and you'll end up like this. So I did buy like 10 of these, but I realize now that I don't really need to buy any. And these, they pretty much just go on. You can just kind of twist that to get it in there. And this one's kind of a little bit of a tight fit, so you just want to be careful so you don't break your pen. So yeah, so these are all full now. So the next thing is you can use putty. So this one's putty, and I have an open one here. And so I'm going to fill this up for you. And then this is wax. We'll talk about wax in a little bit. Putty is nice, but it does get stringy, especially in the summertime. And if you have too much, or like it's because it scoots around once you get the drills on here and you're placing them, it does get on your canvas, but you could scrape some of it off. And then I've also just, after I took as much as I can off, the drills will still go down. So there's, or maybe I should just go over this a little bit. So we have putty, and then I put some wax in here in this pretty pot. This pot is from Bella Safina. She always makes everything so beautiful. And there's different color waxes. I put one of each because I've heard that blue wax is one of the better ones, but I've never really finished them enough to really know, but I do like the blue wax. But look at all these different colors. So I'll let you be the judge of that. And this will last you a long time. That's another thing. Don't buy wax. I haven't bought any wax. Look at all this wax. This is all from my kits. And then I also have more wax. Let me see if I can grab more wax. I have all of this, and I have given a lot to Lance that he uses to wax like his skateboard. And I've also, hate to say it, but I've also thrown some out. So this is me not buying any wax. So you don't need to buy any wax. But I did, so this one like is from Ballard de Nicole. This one is from Craftably, which is no longer in business. This one was from Francesca Studio Works, and this one is from Diamond Dots, I believe. And then the heart-shaped wax, which is here, is from Diamond Art Club. And then you also, this is art dots. We'll put that one in here. And then some of the other ones will also have various, most of them seem to have red. Okay, where did I put the lid to that? Oh, here it is, right there. Okay, so yeah, so you could see, and some people say they still have their one pad of wax for years, which I'm not saying they're lying, but I just find that hard to believe. But I've actually I end up losing most of my wax before I finish it. So as you can see over here, I have some wax in here that I'm using. This is like a heart-shaped wax, and then I seem to lose it. I usually have to get another one. Here's some purple wax, and I got blue wax in there. So I use wax for the ABs. That's what I mostly use for the ABs. So we have putty, wax, and we also have glue dots. So these are the glue dots. Oops, look at me shooting everything over. I should have been called Linda the Messy Diamond Painter. So we also have glue dots. So these are the micro glue dots, and then we have the mini. With some of my pens, the micro glue dot works great. Like if you're, some of these are pretty deep, and then that's when I kind of wished I had both at the time, but now I do. So that's when I would use these ones, which I guess these are kind of like small. Oh no, these are mini, and these are the micro mini. And then this one, I don't know what size this is, but so this is like a 1/2 inch, 3/16 of an inch, and 1/8 of an inch. And then there's also, this one's kind of like in between here, and this one's like smaller than this one. So there's all kinds of sizes. So I use these for my single placers. I love these. I've tried wax in my single placers, wax from, not only the waxes from these, but also the waxes that you get from small shop hauls, and it just doesn't work for me. I gotta like figure out what to do with all my wax. I don't have tons of it, but I do have quite a few. When I first started diamond painting, I would watch videos, and someone would have like this wax from this small shop, this wax from another small shop. So I was kind of like trying to try them all. So I don't even really use that. But I love the glue dots, and we'll load up some of those. So let's see. So let's go ahead and put some putty in this one. This is your putty because it's not used. So again, the putty in the summertime gets kind of stringy, but so there's 2 ways you can do this. So if you just be mindful that this is plastic and you don't want to press super hard because it could crack. So what I do is I kind of just get it in there, go back and forth, go like this, and then hopefully it'll stick. Sometimes it comes out, but see how it's kind of stringy? And then I press it in. And as I'm diamond painting, I'm constantly like pressing it back in. I'm trying not to touch yours too much because it does get kind of gross after a while. So that's the putty. And some people will use putty in their single placer as well, but I like the glue dots. So we got that. And then let's say, so this does have some ABs. So let's make one of these pens for your AB. Why don't we make this one for ABs? So what I do when I'm going to, so these are brass tips, and they will wear down, and they are kind of more like scratchy. What I use, I still have a drill on this one, is I bought this off of Etsy. These are replacing the brass tips, and they're stainless steel from Everlasting Tips, I think it is. So I replaced mine with this. I really like this one. So these are like $7.49, and they're from Australia, so it does cost a pretty penny to have them shipped to the US. But I used the brass tip for the longest time before buying one of these. There's also other tips. I guess I should have brought those as well. Let's see what I have in here. You can also buy like metal tips off of Amazon. And then here's some single placer tips. And here's another single placer. This one's from Diamond Art Club. These are like under $8. This is from Cat Eared. So these ones, when you fill these up, these are the cavity is pretty big, so I like to use this one, the mini, instead of the micro. And just depending on how deep these are. So there are metal tips that you can get. But we'll just go with the brass tip for right now. And I will use my wax. So we'll go ahead and we'll use the how about we use the blue wax. So these have a plastic on both sides. So you do need to remember to peel off this plastic before stabbing it with your pen. So how I do this, I wonder if I should zoom in, huh? Can you see that pretty good? I feel like it gets kind of blurry. So what I do is I just stab this like that. And then you have your wax in there. And then sometimes if let's see, I have extra drills somewhere. Some trash drills. See that? I'm such a klutz. Okay, so you could just like press hard on that drill I'm gonna throw away to get all the excess wax to come out, and then just go like that and toss this. And then on this side, this is your multi-placer. Again, I just kind of stab it. I'm doing this all gently. I'm not pressing super hard. And I just kind of go like this. I rock it around because sometimes it does, oops. I have the white one under there. Oh, well. And then there you have it. And then if this gets too yucky, you could also roll it up and then press it in and then just press it down like this. But when it's new, you could just kind of stab it. And you could probably even stab it in between. So this one will be great for your ABs. And the reason being is the putty really sometimes sticks to those drills. So it could pull off some of the AB coating. And this could too a little bit. But I'm not, again, I'm not super picky about that. If a little bit comes off, I'm okay with that. So this one's ready to go for your ABs. This one's ready to go for some putty. And then the last one, where's that pen? Oh, if you want another color, I can always like take all this out. So this we're gonna put a micro glue dot. Let me see. I guess we could try the micro glue dots in this one. So let's see. I guess I could just pull it out. Bella Arte Nicole sells something like this because this one's not refillable, I don't think, for these, and I want to get some. I just haven't yet. So this is when your tweezers come in handy. I'm going to try to do this. Let me see. Maybe I'll look through. I'm going to move this. Oh, I hate to move it. Okay, well, let's just try. So what you could do is see the glue dot right there. Just kind of just pick it up with your tweezers. And then just stick it in. And then with your finger kind of hold it down. So I put one in there. I'm going to put another one in there. What side are they on? Here they are. Whoops. Oh, way up here. And you stuff it in like that. I think I could get one more in. So let's do one more. And then just squish it. You want to squish that in there. And these are super sticky. That you kind of want to go like this at first to get some of the stickiness to go away. Okay, let me get this all back together. Okay, so we got that. So the other side, I haven't filled one of these up yet. Mine, so I have these metal tips. I love these ones. These are from Everlasting Tips on Etsy as well. And they're a little bit wider, but they work really great for me. Some people don't like them because they feel like they're too wide. They are like, I have a 15 placer, and I think that costed me like probably like $40 because I have to pay $10 to $15 to have it shipped. Oh yeah, here's a 10 placer. I believe this is a 10 placer, and this is like a 7 placer right here. I'm not sure, but I really like them. So I have these filled with the glue dots. And so I kind of, with my painting I've been working on right now, I've been using both of these along with, I love my wheel. But sometimes I just want to hear a nice clicking sound, and sometimes I want to just put them down with a multi-placer, but other times I really like to use this. It just depends. So these are my pens. So I have this one with the glue dot, glue dots in both sides. And then this one has a glue dot on the single placer. And then this one right here I've been using for ABs, and this one has wax on both sides. This one's kind of a thicker one that you get from Dreamer Designs, and I like it, but it needs to be replaced already. So I kind of move it. I use it mostly just to like move a drill into place, and I will single place with this one. So we could just pick up one little diamond if you need to from the corner. And that's what I'm using right now. Okay, so let's get back to this. I haven't filled up one of these with glue dots. So this is like a smaller one. So why don't we try this size? So what you're gonna do is this is how I did mine. I kind of picked it up and then started rolling it once I picked it up a little bit. Oops, they're super sticky. And I kind of just, and these ones for some reason seem more sticky than that one. But see how I kind of got it rolled up like that? I use these ones in those other metal placers. And then I'm gonna get my tweezers. And then and then you gotta hold it so they'll stay in. And I'm pressing it down. I think I'm gonna need another one. So I'll pull another one out, and they're so sticky. Just kind of get it to roll up. You can also kind of roll it between your fingers. You know, they're super sticky, like that a little bit. And then I did wash my hands before I came on, so that way I knew I was going to be touching your putty and everything for your pens. So you got to hold it down, and it is going over. Oops, I scratched myself with that. You see how it is over a little bit? But I think with my thicker ones, I was able to use the back of this to kind of smush it in. But I think we have too much. So what I'm going to do, I want to get some smaller scissors, kind of like some nail scissors. And I'm just going to clip it like that. I think I don't know if I did anything to that, to the multi-placer. And then what you could do is, I already filled my single placer though, but I could have done, if I should have did this side first, so the extra, I could have put it into my single placer, but that's fine. You could save it, but I'm just gonna toss it. Okay, so now let me get my glasses back on. And then you could clean these off every so often, but I do want to get a smaller pair. So now you have your pens. You got, and then we have this one. I don't know. I'll let you practice on this one. We could put we'll put this here and see if you like it. You could see what you want to put in there, or you don't even have to use it. Okay, so now we have your pens. So let's just go ahead and, I guess I loaded them, but I don't want this, I guess it won't stick to the material. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put your pens in here. Oh, and then with these two, since we did put, you just kind of want to tap them a little bit just so they're not super sticky. Okay, and then this one's mine. This is yours. So I'm going to put your putty and your wax. And I probably should get you some glue dots. I'll do that a little bit later. Okay, so now I'm also going to send you off with this. I got to find the lid, and then I will send you off with this. But this is what I use to cut the plastic. There's a little ceramic blade on there. I don't know if you could see that. It's really tiny, and it's almost impossible to cut your your canvas, but it will cut your plastic. So let's put this to the side. Unless you press super hard. The only time I did cut one of my canvases was when I was using, it was a budget kit, and it was a little squirrels that I did. I forgot, I keep wanting to say Fallen Gems, but it's not Fallen Gems. It's another one that starts with an F. And then here's a cute little sticker, because usually everybody puts a sticker with their toolkits. Okay, so next we have cover minders. So a cover minder is how you're going to hold your plastic back. So I just put that to help separate it. So when you're doing your diamond painting, oh, let me make this go a little bit like that again. I like to start, like if it's a long one like this, I like to start on the more narrow side. And I usually, so you could use washi tape. Let's see. So here's some washi tape, but where's the washi tape and then this is the one that came with it, but I think we'll use this with the kitting up. So there's also all kinds of washi tape. So what some people like to do, and this is what I used to do, I started off doing this, but now I do like a combo. So you can figure out what size you want to work on, and then you could put your washi tape across like that, and then this way and this way. So just imagine you have your washi tape going this way and then this way. And so what you would do with this is you would cut along the washi tape, and then once you have that cut, then you can lift this up. And sometimes it just stays without and of course all the side wouldn't be lifting up with it because you only cut this section. So then you get your cover minder, and you have your magnet on both of these. So you put the magnet under, and then you put this here, and this holds up your plastic while you're working on it. So that's how that works. And I have it between this paper because they're just and then you have this pretty heart one, so you could choose whichever one. And when you're working on your canvas, you're going to have trash drills. Oh, and then we also have these Cowabunga dude. They're from Oraloa, so they're not really a teenage Ninja Turtle. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you one. I'm going to make these into cover minders by adding magnets. I have magnets and I have some glue. So I'm going to send you one of these cover minders. And if you don't want to use it as a cover minder, you can put it on your fridge. And then I also have these trash containers. Let me know which one you want. And I'm also going to add magnets to the back of these. These are from Oraloa. These are 3D printed. So you could also use this as a cover minder once I create it. And here's one of my other trash minders. So this is basically when you're diamond painting, and there are some diamonds that are broken. They have tabs on them. They're concaved where they're not going to really stick if you use that diamond. So you could throw all your trash in here, and that way your diamond painting, oh, that's a bad diamond, put it in there. So let me know if you want the orange or the turquoise one, because I like them both. I can't decide which one to give you. Okay, so, oh, and then let's go over some trays. I'm trying to think of everything. So this 7-placer I'll send off with you. So when you graduate to the 7-placer. So let me go ahead and get some diamonds. Okay, so here's some diamonds from my current work in progress. So this one has a stopper, which I will find and put it here. And the stoppers are nice so when you're shaking them, the drills don't come out, but I usually just put my hand right here. I usually don't use the stoppers. The only time I really use stoppers is when I have, this is a Max tray from Bella Art de Nicole, is when I'm storing them. So that way the drills don't fall out, because see how this one has drills in it? So that's the only time I really use the stoppers. That's why they kind of get lost. They're lost in the house because I've moved my stuff around so much. I don't know where all my stoppers are, so I'll try to find this one. So what you want to do is you want to get your drills. And then I always cover this back up and I leave it here just somewhere, but I don't put it back in the, I don't put it back with the rest of the drills. Like, let me show you. So this is what I'm using right now. So I took it out from here and I leave it here. I don't put it back because if I do, I'm going to forget what color that is. And I put the lid on it because I have bumped it so many times and then they all come flying out. Sometimes I bumped it when they fall in on my canvas, the sticky part. So always leave this out. And then I have my drills in here. So I really like this tall boy one. This is such a really pretty one. If you don't like this and you don't want it anymore, just let me know and I'll take it back. But you could have it forever if you want it forever. So I just shake them like that, and then I shake them down like that. And then you have your drills. And so these are 47. Let me see on my canvas. Let me move your canvas over. Let's just put it over here. And I'm standing up, so it kind of makes it hard. Plus I have, let me move all this stuff. We'll try these other trays. Just put your tweezers in your bag over here. Let's put some washi tape in there. And then we'll throw that over there. So let's see, 47. And this is what you could use, because this one I kitted up a lot different. This is a kit that I kitted up over 2 years ago. And so I had kit this one up just using numbers. And then, because all the symbols are right here. So this is 47. So I'm going to find 47. And that is number 2, which is on this side. So let me just go ahead and, I wonder if I should peel it down. You know what, I was going this way. I just need to finish this little section right there. Maybe I'll get A. So let's put this back. Now this does have a pretty wide opening right here. So when you do, I kind of like just hold it like that, and you don't actually have to. You can just go like this. You just kind of knock it. So when you're first doing this, you might want to use this tray right here, just in case any spill, it will go back, it'll go into that tray. And then sometimes it gets stuck, because I think I have a little bit of putty in there. And then it looks like one got in there. This one comes, so this might be easy to lose, this little thing. Yeah. So let's put 47 back, and let's do A is number 8. Oops. So here's that color. So let's shake it up in another tray. So I haven't used these trays really, so let's go ahead and shake it up in here. And remember, put the lid on. I almost forgot. And then, so with this one, the wall is a little bit higher than, a little tiny bit higher than this one, but sometimes that does make a huge difference. And what I do is I kind of have my fingers here, that way I'm not over shaking, and sometimes they do fly out because I'm kind of messy. And then you just tap it. You're doing all this pretty gently, and you'll get used to it after a while. Oh, maybe I won't send you this tray. Let's see. So they're kind of lined up in there. So now I use this. So I'm going to try to do this without it, without my magnifying lamp thingy. Okay, so since these are small spaces, I'm going to use this placer. Because I have the glue dots and they're super sticky, I don't like to use my bigger placer, because you could use a placer like this, and then you just kind of like just pick up, like, if you only want 3, and you just put 3 right there. So and that one didn't go all the way down, but I'm just going to use a smaller one. So you can use it just to pick up 1, like I was showing you with that wax pencil, and then if you put it crooked like I did, and then you could pick up 4, which I'm not doing too good of a job because I'm so far away from my canvas. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job. Let's see, where did I put that? Because I made it kind of crooked. And you can move them around. This one has really good glue. Oops, I don't want to move that around. Or you could just single place. You could start off single placing. And then let's say we're going to pick up 4 for right there. Let's see if I could actually do this time. And there you go. See, I picked up 4, and this is, I don't know, is this a 7 placer, 6 or 7 placer? And you could also, let's put some across here. And you can pick up 2 more to finish off that row. And I put them crooked, so let's move this with the single placer. So, I'm just going to cover that up. And then when you're ready to take, you could also bring them all down somewhat. See, these ones kind of, I haven't used this tray before, so maybe I won't send this one to you. Ooh, that's wide. Okay, let's just go like this. You know what, we're not going to send this tray to you. Let's just put them in here. That's pretty wide. I didn't realize how wide it was. If I was using the Elizabeth Ward or there's other containers that have wider areas right here, then that would probably work better. So let's just put that back in here. And then this is the Belle Art de Nicole. So this is a nice tray. And this is probably the only size you'd really need anyway. And these ones, they do really well. So these two, this one you could practice, and this one you probably will like the smaller one maybe eventually. And then this one is the one that came with the kit. This one's really nice too, it seems like. And I think these might have a little bit of static. See how they're bunching up? That's what's making it a little bit harder. And then if you want to put them back, you're just gonna bring them to that little area. I kind of like spouts better. Like this is a spout. This is a spout. This one's like an internal spout. And I think my drills, maybe it's my drills and not the containers. So this is the one that came with it. So these are resin, and I think that makes a difference with getting them back into the container. So maybe the plastic ones. So maybe you might want to use the resin ones. Okay, so we got that. Let me go put this back with my other one. So I'll send these two, and then of course this one came with it, so we'll send that. And then this one, the spout's kind of big, so we'll just not deal with that one. Put that back. So like if you had one, see how this one is pretty, the opening is a lot more wide. So there's a lot more space right there. Okay, so we got that done. So let me show you some release paper. Let me kind of roll this one back up and go back to your painting. So, and I don't know what side you're going to want to start on, but one thing that I do like, and this is a smaller canvas, so you might, maybe the smaller release paper will work better. Oh, I'm getting kind of warm. Make sure, okay, probably going to wrap this up in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to give you some sister release paper. So what you could do, this is how I do it now. I used to use the washi method. So what I do is I get that. We'll give you one sister release paper. And so there's different, they're shaped like this and then shaped like the square. And since I was thinking of going with, this is Crash with Crashly, and then you could get all kinds. The only thing, this one, I wonder if we could just go like that, or, maybe you could do what I do, and I put Cynthia up here, and then we could do like this size. This is probably a good size for you. And then put that size, and then, or we could do what I do. I actually go like this, and if there's extra, that's where I start. So what we're gonna do is we're going to put, and I haven't done this outer section yet, so I wonder if we should do that first so I could show you. So let's go ahead and put this back down. Oh, I don't really want to do it that. Okay, so let me go ahead and see if I could find my sponge. Okay, I'm going to pause you for a second while I find the sponge. Okay, while I was looking for the sponge, I did find, like, see, these are the waxes that they don't really work for me. So these are the waxes that I've tried. They smell good. They smell good. Maybe I'll keep on trying. So this one's like in a little cupcake thingy, cup reminder. This one is in here. You can see I've tried this one quite a few times. They all smell so good. That's why I haven't got rid of them. So that's waxes. And then I also found, these are the different putties. So you have like this basic putty that I have so much putty I don't need to buy any. I got all kinds of putty. These ones are from Small Shops. They all smell so good. And then here's some Gorilla Putty. And then I have Elmer's Putty. And then I use these bags. Okay, I even have more wax. I use these bags to hold things in. Like I'll use one for my putties. So these come in handy. Like I could just to kind of get them all together. I use these, maybe they won't go in. But you could stuff all your putties in one. That way they're not just all flying around in this bag. And then I also found one of the trays. So this is another size tray that comes with a lot of the diamond paintings. But see how narrow these walls are right here compared to, even this one is. So I like these ones from Belle Art Dana Cole. I just thought I would show you all the different putties and stuff since I found that while I was looking for this. See, I use these bags for everything. I just saved them. Oh, look at, here's another little tray. this is another one. Look how tiny these things are. That's what I started off with when I did my very first one. So these are my little tools for this. Sometimes I even just use my finger. And I'm just going to do a little bit here, and then I'll do the rest later. But let me just kind of show you how I do this. So let me take my glasses. Well, I better keep my glasses on. So with this little blade, I just kind of move down as close as I can to the canvas without going in on the where the symbols are. And how far did I go? I'll check that in a second. Then I'll turn the canvas and do the same thing. Am I still in frame? Yeah. And sometimes it's like wonky, and other times it works really well. Like you just can keep on going. And I'm not pressing super hard. And then I don't know how high. Oh, I went to, let's see. Probably should have did it a little bit higher. Yeah, so I guess I should do it from here. Oops, kind of going a little bit crooked right there. And then, so on this side, I guess I want to do it to like right here. My shadow, it's hard with my shadow sometimes. I wonder if this light will help. If I do get a little bit on the canvas, I've found that it has been okay, because the glue, you can just kind of squish it around and it's okay. Okay, we got that. So now, how high did I go? So just very carefully, gonna take that off. And where did, oh, okay, so I went this, normally I would go all the way. Make sure I'm still recording. And then I would go like that. How high did I go? I think, let me just go like this right here. And then I get this, and I'm just going to show a little bit, then I'm going to do the rest offline because I don't want my camera to stop. Then I get some here, and you just kind of go like that. And then I go like this. I need to take that cardboard out of there. And I go like that. So I'm going to pause and finish up. Okay, now you just kind of wipe it off. You could use a baby wipe. I'm just going to go like this since my shirt is pretty light and I won't notice. But usually I get a baby wipe. Okay, so now that we have that, and normally I would do the whole canvas. So make sure I guess that baby wipe would work just to make sure I don't get any on the glue. Okay, I think I got it all off. So now what I do is I kind of just go like this, and it'll lift the plastic up. And it's thin, so you kind of got to be somewhat careful so it doesn't rip, because I've had some, like with this thinness, rip on me. So we're gonna take it up like that, and just make sure you're careful. You don't have I know you don't have a cat, but if you have a cat, you know, you don't want, I wonder if that light will be better. Kind of leaves the glare right there. So make sure these are clean. So this is the side that you're gonna put this down on. If you put this side, it will stick. If you do get something stuck on your canvas, like let's say you accidentally, you know, put a piece of paper here, you can get it off with a baby wipe and it will keep it sticky. And for some reason, so you just get the baby wipe and you just, you know, go around and around until it's all off. I've done that before. If you feel like the stickiness is gone, there are products that you could buy. Like, do I have any? I don't have mine close by. I rearranged everything again, trying to keep everything neat. So you want to put your release paper down. And there's different size release papers. You can even get some plain ones on Amazon. Oops, I forgot I was going to go the other way. So let's see. You go like that. And then go like that. And then you could start off in this little spot. And then what I do is I put this up here, so I know where it's going to end. Like that. And usually I just put like 2 rows, and then once I finish with the row, I kind of take these and put them up there. So then you could have, so these are different sizes, so normally they would be the same size. Another thing I do, if I don't do that, is you could put this back down, and then make sure we're still going, and then get the washi tape. So where did I put all that washi tape that we had around here? So I have this washi tape, and then you could just, this is actually what I'm doing on that canvas that I'm working on. So once you have this down, just put this up above it. And go across. Like that, and then you're ready to go. And then right here you would cut this. I don't know if you want me to cut it for you or not, but so you would, in case you want to start somewhere else, because I'll take all this off. So then you're going to cut it right here, and then that's when you would use your cover minder, which I'll just use this one. You could put that there, that right there, and let's just pretend I cut that off. And then I usually go like this to get that to come up. I do the same thing with my release paper. I go like that to get it to come up, because lots of times it sticks so far down, it stays down so well that I kind of mess up the corners. And eventually, you know, they are going to get messy. And then you could just go like that. Put that right there. And then you could start working. And then when you're done, let's say you just do a little bit, you don't even finish the section, you just bring this back down. So I don't tear the whole thing off. The only time I tear it all the way off is when I completed it, and then I'll finish tearing it off and then continue on. So, did I touch on everything? Oh, and then so I already showed you some of this. This is like some of the pretty release paper you can buy. I got some of this at Imagi Crafts by Cindy. I think she's actually closed right now. She's hoping to reopen. I'm kind of bummed because there was some cover minders I wanted to get from her. And then there's some from Crafts with Crashly, which is right here. Crafts with Crashly. She has a lot of nice things. In fact, I'm getting some custom things made. And then I think there's another one in here that I got from Bee's Crafty Corner. This one's like the super thick one that they have, which I kind of don't like that. I think I'll go with a thinner one. They're not all this thick. So there's also different release papers. So I think I covered everything. So I'm going to take all this off when I send it to you, but that's how you can do. You can also work this way if you want and just do a little bit at a time and move that way. So that's why I'll take it off unless you want me to keep it on. So this Crafts with Crashly actually kind of rolls pretty well. And I think this is Imagi Crafts. I did that from a custom. And I'll also send you another one. I'll send you another one of our sister. I'll send another. So this will all be in your toolkit, and then you might want to just put that one right there because it's our beautiful sister that we always want to remember. I always kind of have one of hers out just so I miss her so much. So I don't know, should I finish kitting up the other one on camera or should I not? I'm just kind of worried because I'm already 100. I'm already like over an hour, and I don't know how much longer my camera will go. So, but I think you got the gist of it. But I'll finish kitting it up off camera, and then this will be all done, and I'll rearrange it. So yeah. So what I would do is I would take these out, and then like this is 4, so I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd go here, and then again I'll arrange it the way that makes sense to me. And if you want to, you could rearrange it. But I'm going to put it by numerical, alphabetical, and then symbols. And I think that'll work pretty well for you. And then there's a straightener in here, which I hardly ever use, but every so often you might want to straighten your drills. Okay, my dear sister, I hope that it will be helpful for you when you receive this. I'll try to get it out soon, and then we could diamond paint together, and then, or just like diamond paint the same painting if we don't get a chance to do FaceTime and all that. So I hope that was helpful to others as well. And as always, I keep forgetting to put these out. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Diamonds and Pencils. And then, of course, I'm Diamonds for Linda here on YouTube. So I will talk to you all later. Remember to be a sparkle in someone's day. And if you have any questions, put them down below. If you're here to the very end, why don't we just put your favorite emojis down below? And oh no, how about putting is there a tiger emoji? Put a tiger. My sister loves tigers and like lions, so maybe you put one of those emojis. Talk to you later. Bye.